All right. What's up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Hey, everyone. Super excited for today's video. We're going to look at EWT. We're going to go over a little bit of a more macro chart. As we can see here, back in May of last year, we established this demand zone here, right? And eventually we did see some positive reaction after establishing that demand zone. We fast forward a year later, and midway through May, we're now testing that demand zone here again. All right, so we're going to break down this chart, and then we're also going to zoom in a little bit and take a look at the structure that we have right now. We do have a little bit of an algorithmic selling structure, but there's a couple signals here on the MACD and the RSI that have already started to fire off. We're going to see if we can get some continuation. I'll break those down for you guys so you guys can understand and learn what these signals are and spot them on your own. All right. And we'll also give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is Tangem, the Tangem hardware wallet. All right, you do want to get your money off of these exchanges, and if you make a purchase on the Tangem wallet, you can get a discount using code ZACHLY. We'll talk about them more later. Before we move further, the content provided in this YouTube channel is for informational and educational purposes only. It's not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. Trading in stocks, bonds, commodities, and crypto involves significant risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. So be sure to read through the full disclaimer before moving forward. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to be breaking down a little bit more of this macro chart. Okay, not super macro, but taking a look at things from a year ago. Again, we can see that we did last May, we came down to the same previous levels, right? And we were able to, repeat some of the same signals that we're seeing right now. Okay, so if history wants to repeat itself, we could see a bounce, right? And I'll break those down a little bit more, but if you take a look here, right, we have what's known as a low, and then we have these series of lower lows, right? So, very simple concept, right? We have a low and then a lower low. If you take a look at your RSI, remember, this is the relative strength index. You can see we have a low here, and then we have these series of higher lows as well. Okay, so what we're actually doing is we're increasing in relative strength, making higher lows, while the price of the token was decreasing in strength, making lower lows. This is a simple term known as bullish divergence, and you see we got a very strong move up afterwards, okay? So, that's one of the things that has EWT on my radar right now. Now, there's no guarantees that history will repeat itself and that we won't break through this demand zone and head back lower below that $2 level. But for now, we can see that it is reacting positively to it, and we are starting to move forward up a little bit, okay? If we actually zoom into the chart, all right, we can see that we are getting bullish divergence again, right? We have a low, and then we have a lower low, and then we have a low here, and we actually get a higher low. So we're increasing in relative strength again, while price of the token is moving lower, all right? And we're also seeing a bullish divergence on the MACD, which is your moving average convergence divergence. And we're seeing, again, low, lower low, we're seeing low, we're seeing higher low. So, we're increasing in strength and momentum, as the price of this token is going lower. All right, we responded positively to the demand zone, and we did see a push up, and we're currently above the upper half of this bearish channel right here. Okay, now this channel right here is very algorithmic and looks like a lot of algorithmic selling, and we're going to see what the algos are going to do next. Now, you may be wondering what these three lines are up here and why I have those on the chart, okay? If you're not familiar, what these are is these are the three major and the most common and well-respected Fibonacci retracement levels. You have the 61.8, the 50%, and the 38.2% levels. Now, the reason that we use these is because nothing moves in a straight line down and nothing moves in a straight line up. Okay, rather you get a move down, a retracement, continuation of the trend, or a move up, retracement, continuation of that trend, right? And so it's very useful for spotting trend continuation and what the healthy retracement levels are to, still be within healthy retracement territory for the possibility to continue the trend, right? And so what that means is that we've had a very aggressive sell-off in the energy web token, as you guys can see. Okay, we went from $5 all the way down to this $2 region, slightly above $2. And if we were to bounce all the way up to $4, that would still be a healthy retracement. And if we reject there, there's a possibility we could head lower, right? Now we're seeing a little bit of bullish signals on the MACD. We're seeing a little bit of bullish signals on the RSI, and we have gotten some nice positive momentum to the upside. And if we are able to break out of this bearish channel here and head upwards, we really need to be cautious of 3.31, 3.66, and 4.01. Okay, those are going to be your three major overhead resistance levels. And if we, reject those levels, then there's a strong possibility we could continue the downtrend. Now, with that being said, you can also use the fibs to spot reversals, right? So if you move down, retrace, and you start to consolidate and break through those retracement levels, you can spot a potential upside reversal, right? So really, if we can flip 4.01 to support from resistance, right? And we can move up here, consolidate a little, flip that to resistance, that's when we have a chance of possibly getting a reversal and retesting some of our previous highs, if not putting in a high and then a higher high. So to summarize everything, basically, all right, we do have this demand zone here, all right, that we are respecting, and we are seeing a little bit of positive momentum, but that doesn't mean that we can't re-enter into here and consolidate a little before potentially seeing a move up, right? If that does happen and we do get a pullback, we'd want to see the RSI bounce off of this bullish divergence trend line, okay? If we end up coming down and breaking through this bullish divergence trend line, then there's a strong chance that we see a strong move to the downside off of the EWT price action. Okay. Now, we could come back down and possibly create a lower low, right? And we do something like this, where we put in the low here, the lower low here, and potentially a lower low here. All right. And if we still manage to create higher lows, where we have the low here, the higher low here, and create another higher low here, this would be an optimal entry to put a good risk to reward trade on, right? Where you have a very tight stop loss on and you look to see, are we going to come down, bounce off of here and continue heading upwards? And if we end up breaking through this line, then you can have a tight stop loss on and cut your losses quickly before you see a strong reversal to the downside or continuation of the trend, as things have definitely been bearish and the trend is your friend and you want to respect that trend. Again, we do have the chance, as we haven't really seen any major retracement from this entire move down, that we could head up to that $3 and potentially $4 region. But you don't want to buy blindly into things. You want to kind of have a strategy heading into things, right? And you have to remember, okay, trading, especially in cryptocurrency, is like going to battle. It's like going to war. All right. You want to have the proper weapons and you want to know how to use those weapons properly. So that way you can increase your odds of success on the battlefield. And your money are your soldiers, right? They're the ones who are going to work for you and fight for you on the battlefield. And you want to give your money the best chance of success, right? So, using a couple of these strategies or combining all of these strategies together is what really helped give me an edge. These are some basic strategies that you guys can start to implement. I do have tutorial videos on all of these. So if you want to dive further into the MACD or the RSI, maybe chart patterns, maybe supply and demand zones, maybe even the Fibonacci's, feel free to type in Zachley Trades and the corresponding subject, and a video should pop right up. Now, let's go into today's sponsor, which is that Tangem wallet. Now, Tangem is a cold multi-currency crypto wallet that supports over 2,000 coins and tokens. And Tangem is actually sold in packs of 2 or 3 cards, and the additional cards are used for key backup, which is a really amazing feature because when you take a look at backup options for other hardware wallets, they typically do not have backup options. So gone are the days where if you happen to lose your hardware wallet, that cryptocurrency is gone forever. We've all heard the horror stories really behind people that bought tons of Bitcoin back in the day. And of course, Bitcoin exploded in price eventually in the future, and they lost their hardware wallets or perhaps lost the password and did not have any type of backup, and all of that cryptocurrency is gone forever. So, you won't have to experience that with the Tangem wallet. The setup time is typically about 1 to 3 minutes, which is really awesome. It literally only took me 2 minutes to get mine set up. It's super easy to use. You just have to scan and activate, then you set up the password and you can start making transactions. All you have to do is go to the Google Play Store, okay, or go to the Apple App Store and download the app today. And when you go to make your purchase, use code ZACHLY and that will get you guys a discount on your purchase. All right. Now, what's really amazing is that it's completely waterproof. All right. It's also freeze proof. So if it does get frozen or you freeze it, it still will work. It still will function. You don't have to panic about things like that. And I really, really love that feature. And what's also really amazing is that it's DeFi compatible. So you can exchange, buy NFTs, make loans and deposits in more than 100 different decentralized applications with the help of Wallet Connect, compatible with over 2,700 cryptocurrencies. download the Tangem app today. All right, whether it's on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and use code ZACHLY when you go to make your purchase. That will get you all a discount while supporting the channel. Remember, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, take your money off of these exchanges. We can't trust them. We've all seen what's happened with FTX and many others. This is definitely something that you guys should be interested in. Okay. Appreciate y'all watching. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out.